Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
O Radhe, with a face like a fully blooming lotus flower, when you go out to meet Krishna at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. O Devi, when will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by name to massage those lotus feet? Then I know that you have accepted me as your own. O Radhe, with a face like a fully blooming lotus flower, when you go out to meet Krishna at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. O Devi, when will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by name to massage those lotus feet? Then I know that you have accepted me as your own. This is a beautiful prayer to Radha from Kusumanjali. She is praying again for a new seva, because she knows that the tender feet of Radhika will be exhausted by doing such a long walk to meet her Krishna, her beloved. And she is praying, she is knowing that Radha, she is a little shy, but she's praying to her, when will she call her to massage her tender lotus feet? So she's praying for a very personal seva. She is very eager to do that kind of seva, giving us a very sweet example how we should pray also for a personal seva to Srimati Radhika according to our own mood. And she says also, when Radhika is calling her to do that seva, then she knows that she's been fully accepted. We want to be accepted by Radhika as her dasi. We want to be that. For a manjari, there is nothing else than the exclusive service to the lotus feet of Radhika. So that means that we have to be one-pointed, or we should be one-pointed, so that we can get there. That should be our meditation.
Yeah. There comes something in my mind that when need Radhika this massage at the beginning of that path towards Mohan, in the middle, or at the end when they reach the Kunja. So I would say not at the beginning, then the feet are not tired. In the middle, there is no time. Radhika cannot feel her feet when she is running towards the meeting, right? She forget everything. Even she throws some snakes from the way, thinking it's a stick, right? She's so fixed in that. So we could think that she will need massage after the walk, right? When they reach the Kunja. So in that case, we can understand that Tulasi is fully accepted as a manjari, because Swamini allow this seva in the kunja, right?
Right.
So when you go out to meet Mohan at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. When will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by name? Shyness. She is shy towards all others, but two persons she is not shy. Mohan, she lose their shyness in the kunja. And there is one more person. She is not shy. This is a Manjari, because they have no secrets in between. The Sakis are different. She will not open everything towards the Sakis, right? So, although you are shyness personified, you call me by name, because we have no secrets. You don't need any secret towards me. I will never tell anything, any secret to others. I am your loyal maidservant, so you don't need to be shy to me. And when Swamini accept me as her maidservant, there will be no more shyness. And at that moment, I can also enter the kunja and do that massaging, that very intimate seva towards her. Even is Mohan coming, there is no problem.
Yeah.
So there is many hidden things in that verse, I feel, isn't it?
Yes. And the interesting thing is that she says, call me by name. So it's about her, because she knows what service is needed, and she knows that Swamini knows her personally by name. And the Manjaris have such an intimate relationship, and it's a very personal thing. And in some other places, also she says, when will this person render such and such service? This person, we can pray also in this way. When will this person will be able to render some service? Because as we said also, as we were discussing in previous verses, they like variety. And the meaning of being an individual soul means that each and every one of us is unique. And from a unique angle of rasa, of emotion, of love, we are offering our service. And that is what the divine couple is relishing, variety, unlimited variety. Because as we have in the material world, unlimited souls are there, also in the spiritual world, there is unlimited quantity of manjaris. In one place, there is mentioned that there are millions of manjaris, not hundreds, not thousands, millions of manjaris.
Maybe a small question about secrets.
Sorry?
Maybe we can make a comment about secrets.
Secrets.
Secrets, yes. Isn't it the process of bhakti, the process of spiritual consciousness, that Krishna takes the point of view of Radha in order to find out about his own heart, his own feelings, how to relish? This is why we say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears, because he's not fully experienced the way that Radha feels. So he wants to take her point of view and relish. So there's something he doesn't know. There's a kind of secret. She has the secret to full love. And like we so often say, Manjari knows this too, and the Manjari guides Radha and Mohan to the discovery of what a full union can feel like. So this shyness is a shyness to Sakis and others, but it's also a shyness towards the secret within her own feelings. It seems like this is the path of spiritual consciousness, not that we know everything about our heart, but that we can relish and go through experiences and discover, so that there are things that are unknown. There are secrets to the heart.
Yes, there are many things to be discovered. And as you said, this is the one thing Krishna doesn't know, the love. Also the love of the living entities. He doesn't know. And that is what he wants to relish. You're right, for him this may be a secret. He doesn't know. So we want to give that love.
There is a nice example given what is Krishna tried to discover. Once he was decorating Swamini's breasts, and then in Swamini's breast he could recognize his face. Oh, and he was so, what is it in English?
Astonished.
Yeah, more than astonished even by the beauty of that two faces. And there he came in that stage that he desired to understand Radhika's feelings towards his own beauty. Because this is what Radhika actually sees, his face. He cannot see his face. In the moment when he sees Radhika, his face becomes beautiful. And even he is Krishna, that means all attractive. In that moment when he is together with Swamini, he becomes even more beautiful, more attractive. And that he relished in that moment when he saw his own face in the breast of Radhika. And that feelings towards him when he is so beautiful, when he is blooming in the love towards Radhika, he wants to relish that moment when Radhika sees him, when he sees Radhika. This is hidden and secret, but Manjari understands this desire in Mohan, that he wants to relish really the feelings towards himself. And these are the feelings of Radhika.
Right.
It's not so easy to enter in that deep point. But I think this example of the Radhika's breasts are perfect. Gurudev, maybe you like to explain a little bit to that beautiful point.
Actually, very.
What?
You explained beautiful.
This is actually your explaining, Gurudev.
Very kind.
And now he came as Mahaprabhu to relish exactly this feelings of Swamini when she relished Mohan's beautiful face in the moment he is watching her beauty.
Yeah.
No one can see their own soul. We go around in the world and we look out and we see everything around the material world, but we cannot see our own soul. We can only discover our soul by seeing it reflected in the souls of others. This is why relation is such a key. And the most perfect reflection of the soul of Krishna is the one that he sees in the pictures you're talking about. He cannot see himself, or he can only see himself when he's looking at Radha. It's only through her that his soul is available to him and to all jivas.
Right. And now we come to the point of 12 and a half Uddhava. And that, if we go further, when it's to what you say, we cannot relish ourselves. But when this one soul in two bodies relish themselves on the highest level, and we are watching this is the point we relish the beauty of the soul. We can see this when Radha is watching to Mohan and Mohan is watching to Radha. This is the most beautiful moment in the whole universe. And we as parts and parcels of that relish this as Manjari. This is the highest form of self-realization that is possible. How you say, we cannot see ourselves, but we can see those who are actually the whole universe, Radha and Mohan. They are one soul, right? And two bodies, and relishing themselves with their divine senses, divine eyes. And Manjari is that half syllable in the Mahamantra, who is watching this beauty. We are the seer. This is the highest individual soul can relish. Gurudev, what do you think?
You say I agree.
12 and a half is good like this?
12 and a half. 12 is 12. 24 and a half. 12 is Radha, 12 is Krishna, 24 and a half is Manjaris.
So, Guru Sundara very nicely explained, only as a Manjari we can relish the Leela. That means that we have to come out of the identification with this material body, the ego and the mind, and the identification with the material senses, realizing that we are an eternal spiritual soul, and not only a soul, that we have an eternal spiritual body that we are cultivating, and cultivating our Siddhadeha, our Svarupa Vesh, this eternal spiritual form made out of rasa, means that we have a particular color of skin, a particular color of our sari, and everything is a very personal, like we can see also the very nice pictures where the Manjaris and Radha Mohan, they are revealing to us how they look like. And like them, we have also an eternal form. And only in our Svarupa Vesh, we have access into the Kunja. Means, as a female young maiden, as long as we are in our Purusha energy, we have no access into the Kunja. We have to come away from this Purusha Abhiman to think that we are the enjoyers and come into the female energy, in the Prakriti Abhiman, in the energy of being the enjoyed by the divine couple, in the sense that they are enjoying the variety of our sevas. So it has a change, has to be happen in our ideology, in how we see things, how we see the material world, and all the things that are happening within the material world. And here, the Mahajans are giving us the process how to get out of the material world. That doesn't mean that we are neglecting it, but we understand that this material world and the material body is a temporary.
Beautiful.
Like I was listening to a lecture of Srila Prabhupada, where he said that actually this material body is an artificial covering of the soul. And Gurudev used also to say plastic body. Plastic means something artificial. That that we are not. We are not this body. Okay, I'll start with the explanation here.
Beautiful.
Jai Radhe. Thank you, Guru.
Yeah.
Right. Explanation. One Rasika service after the other is perceived. How sweet, how confidential, how variegated are all these services. How can they, the Kinkaris, who are the embodiments of devotional service, remain alone if these services don't come to them? Wow. So the Kinkaris are the embodiment of devotional service. So the only thing that they want to do is devotional service. They are the embodiment of devotional service. And there is also mentioned that they are not alone. And what would they be if these services wouldn't come to them? So they are longing for service. And this is how we as practicing devotees should meditate all the time, how we can get a service, how we can get there. So that means that we should also try to improve the quality of our chanting so that the chanting will be more effective in bringing us there and in engaging our mind in a favorable way. Otherwise, the mind will engage us in his service. And this means that Maya is working through the mind and through the ego because her service is to keep all the fallen conditioned souls within the material world. And to get out of the material world, it is only possible by the mercy of Guru, by the mercy of the Mahajans, and by the mercy of Sri Radhika, if we want to be in her camp. This depends also on our desire.
These two bodies. Now we belong to a material body with senses. Senses like to be satisfied, right? Hunger, eating, the eyes like to see, the ears like to listen something, what we desire, our ego actually, with the wrong identification. So with this circumstances, it's hard to come out. So the mercy of body to do so. So we are back now? You can
Yes.
hear?
Yes.
So these two bodies, one body is made for sense gratification, is a temporary body. And if we don't do, then this body makes some problems. For example, if we don't eat, we get some pain in the stomach, right?
Yeah.
If we don't drink, we become problems. This body is creating problems. So then we eat and drink to satisfy them for a short term, because it will come back. And so the spiritual is completely made of different senses. This body is made for the service. If there is no service, this body makes the same pain towards me as if I in this body and have nothing to drink and to eat. So if I deprive from my seva, this is the most painful thing towards my spiritual body. We can see this in our Raghunath Das, how much he is suffering when he is deprived of his seva, isn't it? So we can see here it's also described, he's the embodiment, how can they, the Kinkaris, who are the embodiments of devotional service, this body is made is completely different from the material body. The spiritual body is only to do service. All their senses are working like this. So now we understand how much a maidservant will be suffering when she is deprived of the seva. This is the only desire. And so the conclusion out of this is we cannot stay in this material body to come on that level. Our Raghunath is. We have to move, like Buddha was explaining, Jiva Abhisa. We have to move from the material to the spiritual body. Or Gurudev said, from the, what is it, garden house? No, from the village house to the garden house. Right? This is the move, right, Gurudev?
Yes,
You agree?
I agree.
So then we are experience a complete different senses, complete different desires, and we are not happy if we fulfill our sense gratification in this body. No, we are happy when we fulfill the desires of our Ishtadev.
Yes.
This made us happy. This is the new body.
And I think this is exactly the meaning of love. If we love someone, we want to serve naturally. And if we are in the ego, then we want sense gratification for our own pleasure. That is not love. So we should come to the loving platform and try to have a loving relationship with the wife, with the husband, with our friends. There are different kind of love. And this one is the purest form of love. Like the love of Radhika for Shyama, it is said that that love is 1,000 times purer than molten gold. So we cannot imagine how pure this love is. So Radha Kinkari Bhav is such a greatly elevated stage. Radha Kinkari Bhav is such a greatly elevated stage. It cannot be had without being totally absorbed, merged in the service. So here Sripad makes a very important point. It cannot be had without being totally absorbed, merged in the service. So that means that it's dependent on our own desire. Do we really want this? Is this my real heartfelt desire? Can I fix my goal? What is my goal? Where am I longing to? And then it comes to work of Gurudev, that he is navigating us to the goal. If the disciple agrees and let him or her navigate through that goal. So it is depending on our desire, and of course, it's all mercy, ultimately. But if a jiva doesn't want to be there, then this is not put by force to anyone. It is here openly. Every soul is eligible for Radha Dasyam, if the soul wants so. And Radharani is always giving an opportunity to every soul. Every soul has the same opportunity. And some are getting advantage of it, and some are not. Therefore, we should be always respectful to everyone. Unfortunately, a person like me has no desire for devotional service. That is our great misfortune, that we always desire sense enjoyment. Like here, even Raghunath Das Goswami, who is an eternally liberated soul, says like that. Unfortunately, I am not interested in that.
I mean, if even the saints, the sadhus here in this world, they're all in a material body. And they all relish the senses and the ego. So they are not actually only relishing their spiritual bodies. They are both. Like we are sometimes, we're entering for a short time the border and relish, when we read like this book, we relish something like Manjari Bhav, isn't it?
Mm.
But this is also temporary, but same time we relish this body. And so we can understand that even Raghunath is an eternal liberated soul. He will relish his bodily circumstances. I mean, at the end of this life, he forgot completely this material body. He forgot to eat, to drink, everything. Even he sat sometimes in the sunlight and he forgot there was no pain. He was so absorbed in his spiritual body. But this is a stage we are desiring. But as long as we are not there, we are also in this body, and we try to enter more and more, how Gurudev said, in the garden house, to live there.
Yeah.
In that spiritual body. And so this is happened to even the most elevated souls in this world are actually embodied in a material body and have to deal somehow with this.
Yeah. And nobody should feel bad about this, because after all, we are of the marginal energy. That means that sometimes we are in the spiritual and then back into the material, then to the spiritual. And Srila Prabhupada gave also a very nice example how to understand what marginal is. If you are at the ocean,
Beach?
at the beach, then the water is covering the beach, and then it goes back and revealing the beach, and then cover again, go back, coming back. This is marginal state. But what we try to do is to be more and more in the spiritual energy and less in the material energy. Therefore, as soon as Raghunath Das Goswami, the vision disappears, he immediately starts praying for a new vision, because what he wants to be always there. What, as Guru Sundara said, everyone who is in a material body is in this marginal situation. But like the Nitya Siddhas, the eternally liberated souls, they are always there. Here is only like Raghunath Das Goswami showing the practicing devotees how to practice. Therefore, he shows like that he's falling out and the vision is disappearing, so that we can learn how to practice and how to do bhajan. Unfortunately, a person like me has no desire for devotional service. I do bhajan for my own welfare, and I don't understand the secrets of devotional service. This is a prayer who comes out of the humility of Raghunath Das Goswami to show us how we should approach the holy name, how we should approach Guru, how we should approach this whole path in a very humble state of mind. And that can only happen, we can come only in that state of mind if we understand our position that we are in. That we think of ourselves, we are very great, very big, very learned. But actually, in a few years or in a few months we have to give up the situation because we are in a temporary material body. So attitude is very important. First, the desire for devotional service should arise. Narottam Narottama dasa mage seva abhilasa. The Lord also first likes to see this desire awakening within the hearts of his devotees before he blesses them by giving them service.
This is actually our spiritual life starts with desire. This is the only thing we can do. Everything what is coming then is mercy. But that is an active role of the soul, that desire. And how desire is coming, we see so many souls in this world has no desire. There is no desire. How is desire arising in the heart? How is that possible? It's even a mercy.
Yeah.
For example, if we get some prasad, or if we listen the holy name, this is a kind of sukriti, a mercy, right?
Yeah.
Coming. And by this sukriti, desire arise. And this is the start of the spiritual life. This desire makes this the beginning. What happened? Without desire, why should Radhika or Mohan be aware of this soul? Well, because they are happy. How good they've explained. Oh, they are playing so nicely with their toys. Why should I disturb them? Oh, let them play. Okay. But in that moment, the desire is coming. Then the mother is realized, oh, my baby is no more happy with the toys. I have to put them on my lap.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
So the desire is the most important thing. This is even coming by sukriti, by mercy, but this is the first step in the spiritual life.
Yeah.
Desire is the beginning. Yes, it's the most important thing. It's the beginning, but let's remember it's also the middle and the end. The desire is everything. The longing of the heart is the full life experience of the devotee. This is everything. And it's also the full experience of Radha. She's always desiring. This desire is never fully satisfied. And the Leela goes on and on.
Uddhavji, two kinds of desire. Desire of sense gratification or desire for a spiritual life. Actually, 99% of this embodied souls has the desire for sense gratification, right? There is zero desire for spiritual life. They even don't like to change or to give up anything for this. Very less person are ready to desire different things than sense gratification. This is the divine desire. This is a...
Yes, this is what I mean to say. You're absolutely right. And this is what this verse says. It says, we're not praying, in the first moment, we're not praying for the service. We're praying for this feeling in our heart to want the service. So this Narottam Das Mag Seva Bilas, this is saying, Narottam Das is praying for the desire.
Yes.
Please give me the desire.
Yes. Very nice explained and very true. Because by desire, we came to this material world. This was our own desire to enjoy, like Krishna, because we wanted to be God by ourselves. So he gave us this material world, this field of activity, and say, okay, here you have all your toys, everything is there.
Control.
Go ahead.
Try to control.
Try, control, do whatever you like. This is the free will that we have to choose our own desires, to choose where I want to be. So no one and nobody is forcing us to do anything. We are self-responsible for all our actions, and therefore we got the reaction to everything that we are doing if we are in the karmic situation. But as a practicing devotee, when we start to practice, then we are no longer in a karma situation. We get to pulled out of our karmic situation. So that's the beauty of this wonderful path, that we try to do at least something good for the soul.
So may I ask one question? So thank you for sharing. Desire is important, but we cannot pretend what we are desiring. Then how can we get this desire in pure way? We understand desire is important, but I want to know how to get this desire, no pretend, my real desire.
We can see here in the example of Raghunath Das, because he is the eternal liberated soul, so he understands his natural position. And the soul's this bedeckten Seele, was heißt das?
Covering of the soul.
No.
No.
This eternal, there are two kinds of souls, eternal liberated and eternal
Eternal
bedingt,
bounded
conditioned.
condition.
The eternal conditioned souls. The eternal liberated actually knows about the real truths. But the eternal conditioned soul is so covered that it's not possible to come out of this kind of a prison of the Mahamaya. In the spiritual world, there is Yoga Maya. It's managing all the leelas, everything. And here Mahamaya takes care that all prisoners are more or less happy in this prison.
Yeah.
So that they don't get a desire to come out. So then from time to time, by mercy, these eternal liberated souls give special mercy to that eternal conditioned souls.
Yeah.
Enter in this world to guide, to create this kind of desires. In the material universes, there are also, we learned in Bhagavatam, there are universes, planets, where even no desire will arise for a spiritual life. There are planets of Nagas, very powerful, very opulent living beings, but there is not a possibility to come out. But this Earth planet is mixed. There is a possibility. And to create the situation, the eternal liberated souls sometimes visit and give special mercy. Like we know from Jesus, he also came before Mahaprabhu to give an example that there is even more than only relationship to the prisoners, those who are embodied in the material world and eternal condition. He spoke about a relationship between a conditioned soul and the spiritual father. He said father. So, and many follow him. And the way they move is the way of love. Jiva Abhisar means love journey. So, in that case, we can understand that the servants of the divine sometimes by mercy visit this planet And if a soul is ready to follow, then this desire will arise. They give actually the mercy by their words, by their prasadam, when they preparing food to the divine, that makes a difference. Even by their presence, we learn from Mahaprabhu himself, or even Raghunath, when they was with others, there was such an intense, influence, because their feelings are so intense that they are influence others even without saying, without giving prasad. So this is the best way. I mean, this is, if we come so close to the sun, automatically we become the energy of that sun. So in that way, a conditioned soul get a desire by mercy of special soul. And what to speak about Mahaprabhu? When Jesus did this step, or the prophet and the sadhus, but Mahaprabhu was he was not some liberated soul. He came in the mood of Radha, of Mohan, and of Manjari. He is the summum bonum, and he enters this world and gave special mercy. And what he left is, we know the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. If you listen once, why is Nityananda going house to house? Please say one time Krishna. He went house to house because he knows that in that case, this soul will be liberated. They listen once the holy name and they speak it once, they will desire in the future, maybe not in this life, but 100% in the next life, they will get the desire for the spiritual life. This is the mercy, and this is the way the desire arises in the heart. And so we can understand that we are in that line to spread also the holy name to that eternal conditioned souls. I mean, it could also be prasadam, some sweets, maybe together with the holy name also. But this is the special mercy towards what we got, and I think also we have to give it to others freely. Prasadam, holy name, like this. And this is the way the desire arises in the heart. How I understand this. Good.
And also it should be understood that since time immemorial, we are in this cycle of repeated birth and death. That means since time immemorial, no one knows when this started. And since millions of births, we are here in this material world. And somehow, as Burasundara said, by Sukriti, Sukriti means the good fortune of our association from our previous lives. Because in some point in this eternity, after so many material bodies and so much sense gratification, we come to the point that we ask ourselves, but is this the only thing that life is all about, or is there something more? And then the desire is coming, and then some association is there. And in this life, this is the accumulation from the experiences of all our previous lives that we came to the point that we get in contact with Gurudev, with this Gaudiya Vaishnava culture, and we continuing where we stopped in our last life. We are continuing in this life, and we hope this will be the last one.
No, not the last one, no.
In this material world.
Maybe. So our really desire is to enter in the seva. It's not liberation we are looking for. I mean, suffering, conclusion of suffering is I want to be free from this suffering, right? And that could be liberation. So, but our desire is seva. And we desire a ras also, a seva ras. So this means eternal enjoyment. And this is what Mahaprabhu offering towards us.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Jai. This is the Lord's special mercy. Yes. Srila Jiva Goswami has written from Priti Sandarbha. In the previous verse, Sri Raghunath relishes Swamini's ever so sweet conversation with Shyama Sundara and was blessed with the sweet service of fanning them. In this verse, Srimati calls Tulasi, who is dedicated to fanning her mistress by name, to give her another extraordinary service. Now, Srila Raghunathas Goswami has completed his prayers for services at noontime, and he proceeds to pray for this service, which is required at nightfall. So beautiful. They know exactly which service, when it is needed, and what kind of service. And when one service is finished, accomplished, immediately they pray for the next seva, because they know what is coming next, what is following, which is the following seva to the previous, and they are praying for that. So it is not something that it's happening automatically. It is by desire. Also here, also in the spiritual world, we have a desire for a particular seva, and then our Guru Manjari will lead us to the particular seva and introduce us and show us how it will be done, or how to do eagerly and swiftly. Swamini goes out to meet Krishna at the trysting place, maddened by feelings of love. Her face is covered with sweat drops, so Tulasi calls her Ayatodyat Kamala Vadane, the girl whose lace resembles a fully blooming lotus flower. But because of walking so hurriedly, Swamini gets pain in her tender lotus feet. Nothing can stop the very powerful course of Sri Radhika's love journey. Nothing can stop that. She is so very eager to meet her Shyama, and the Manjaris are running behind and try to reduce whatever pain or uncomfortable situation she may be in. That is the concern of the Manjaris, who are present all the time around her and ready to do what is needed.
Yeah, and what you just read, so on the way, she don't feel anything, because she's so focused on this Abhisar love journey that she will not relish any pain. But when she arrives, then she has some pain, she feels some pain, and then we are there in the right moment, ready and waiting for her call.
Jaiho, very nicely said. We are there. We want to be there. So hopefully one day it will happen.
Yeah, now we are at the moment in that situation, we are guiding Tulasi, isn't it? We are also there. We are with her because she is inviting us here in this book.
Jai.
Otherwise, for whom is this book? This is not for some, I don't know for whom. It's for us who are, by mercy of Gurudev, reading this book. And so we are guiding her in the mind. We are following Radhika also. We are watching in the mind the path she is running, and she lose something on the way. We pick up, right? Because she is so absorbed in that in a loving, motivated run, so that she forget everything. We take response that she will arise in a proper condition.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be all destroyed before Mohan coming. But all the decorations we made before are made to be destroyed from him. So we have to take care that she will arise in a proper condition, right?
Yeah. And that is the right way how to meditate. As Gurasundara said, by reading this is all revealing before our eyes. We can feel this exactly and see it also in the inside, from the inside. So we, as new Manjaris, we are little in the back and like watching, relishing, learning. But this is very beautiful, that this is really revealing to us.
Like Tulasi is watching how Mohan is massaging, so that she can copy this, every move of Mohan. Oh, wow. So in the right time, she will do the same. And what are we doing? We're watching with her, and waiting for that moment we can do same.
Yeah, very nice.
To increase Swamini's feelings when she is in separation, that she feels as if he is there. So all these things we are trying to become expert. But now we are following Tulasi and Guru Mandari.
Yeah, I remember this Leela when Tulasi Manjari was massaging Swamini and she fell a little bit asleep. And because Tulasi Manjari watched Krishna, how he massaged her, and in the exact same way she massaged Swamini. And then in her sleep, she thought that Krishna is massaging her because she is such an expert, this Tulasi Manjari. She's very clever, very soft, and very expert. And then by doing so, she augmented Radhika's feelings towards her Shyama. And when she waked up and saw that actually Tulasi is massaging her in that way, she got very pleased by this sweet, intimate, personal service rendered by Tulasi Manjari. And in that way, the Manjaris get all the mercy and are relishing also in the same way that Swami is relishing and feeling. Because in love, we are so much connected. Also, as husband and wife, conjugal love means there is no secret. And if there are secrets, then it's not conjugal. So, as husband and wife in this world, I feel is also a very intimate connection. And sometimes also there, without speaking, we can feel each other, what the other person needs. But maybe she or he doesn't want to say, to not bother the other. But if someone is very connected without speaking, we can feel the need of the other person. And here as Manjaris, we are 100% connected with our Swamini. And without any speaking, the Manjaris immediately knows what is the need of the hour, what is the seva that is needed, or what will come next, or what Swamini is approaching, or what she is meditating upon. So it's all about feeling. This whole Raganuga Bhajan is all about feeling. And our business is how to increase our feelings, how to increase our love. She considers all the ornaments she wants to be a heavy burden only. The great poet Vidyapati sings, Radha, the Nava Anuragini, a girl who has just fallen in love or who feels as if she has just fallen in love. Nava Anuragini means a girl who has just fallen in love or who feels as if she has just fallen in love. So she doesn't know, has she just fallen in love or is she just feeling to just has fallen in love? This is a very subtle description of this feeling. And this girl does not consider any possible obstacles. She goes out alone, not bothering about the different dangers she may encounter on the path, because she is so self-confident and she is so one-pointed on her goal, namely his Shyama Sundara, that she doesn't care about anything. She takes off all her jewel necklace and considers her own raised breasts to be a heavy burden. She takes the bangles from her wrists and gives up everything else on the way. She flings away her jeweled ankle bells and walks on, although the night's thick darkness envelops Vrindavan. Her heart is illuminated by Cupid's flame, means helping her to find the way. The obstacles stretch themselves out on the road, but they are cut apart by the weapon of love. Vidyapati thinks, I have never seen such a scene anywhere before. Wow, this is such a nice song, such a nice and deep meditation. So this is, I think, the meditation for today, where we can go deep in this. Now Arati is going on, and we should stop here. And I'm very glad that every one of us take part of this, and together we can grow more and more, and we can go deeper more and more by the mercy of Gurudev, by the mercy of all Vaishnavas.
A special thank to all devotees who are taking part of this morning class, and especially also to those who are middle in the night, wake up. I see there is in Europe it's around 4 now or 4:30. They came at 3, so this is very early. We know all. And special thank you also to our Japanese followers. Vrindavan now is very beautiful. Now it's slowly getting colder. Weather is no more so hot, right, Kishori? It's a little better, no?
Yes, nice season for Lila.
Nice season now.
Yeah.
And we are very happy that our Gurudev is increasing his health.
Right.
So we are still trying to do the class here in basement, because then the situation in his room is more relaxed. And but we know his nature is always active. He don't like to relax too much. But it's nice to see how his health is growing, and this I like to share with all of you, so we can have a nice day. And thank you for guidance, and wish you from Vrindavan all Jai Jai Shri Radhe.